I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order, the Wiseman Unified School District Board meeting for Thursday, January 15th, 2026. I'm going to call it to order at 6:05 p.m. Wendy, would you please take roll call?
Ms. Cappy,
Present.
Ms. Legaspi,
Present.
Mr. Van Willis,
Present.
Mr. Martinez, and Dr. Goldman.
Ms. Graves, would you please select one of your students to lead us in the pledge?
Of course. President Franklin, where are you? Would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
All right.
Please stand. Put your hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I always enjoy when students are here. So you're making our board meeting very special today. So welcome, and thank you for joining us today. We do not have any items to report from closed session. So next we'll move to item 4.1, which is an adoption of our agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda for tonight?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All right. I'm going to be looking at the two of you all night. So thank you so much. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Wendy, do we have any comments tonight from the public on agenda items? Not on agenda items. Thank you.
I have no public comment.
No, okay, great. Next, we'll go to item 6.1 for board member reports, and I will go to my left with Rebecca.
All right, thank you. Good evening. I guess it's still okay to say Happy New Year, right? This is our first meeting of the new year. And 2026 is off to a banger start, right? So last night we had the Recreation Committee meeting, with a number of representatives from our rec leagues, from AYSO and Wiseburn Little League, the Girls Softball League, Beach, all a number of Da Vinci teams to talk about, to sort of open the conversation about use of the new sports complex, which I'm really excited about, that we're at the point where we can have the conversation about the sports complex opening. We are looking, I think, towards the end of February for that. We don't have the exact date. An announcement isn't ready, but we're getting there. We're fingers crossed, end of February. We'll be able to at least open it and start doing that. A really good turnout, really happy to see all of the interest, and just excited that we have new spaces in our community that were made possible by the Measure EE bond. It's hard to believe that it was 4 years ago that we passed that, and here we are. This, I think, was one of the big promises of that. So it's really awesome to see it sort of come to fruition. So thank you to all of the organizations and reps that came last night, and looking forward to continuing to work with folks to iron out all of the details of how we'll be able to use that wonderful new space in our community. I'm also looking forward next week to going to a workshop on the governor's budget. It's one of the biggest things that we do as school board members is to oversee the finances of the district. And I think in these uncertain times, it's also really important for us to get a clear picture of where the state is at and what that's going to mean for us here. And so really looking forward to doing that. Gonna head down to Orange County, I think, with Roger, right, to go and do that. So I'm looking forward to that. Just a couple other things. One, I know this coming Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and I always like to remind us that as we start to move into like Black History Month and think about him, that the civil rights movement wasn't just about one man, right? It was a community of people coming together to support each other and that there were many women that stood behind the men that often get lifted up as that. But just this, I think, especially in these times, this quote from Dr. King resonated with me, which is the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in times of convenience and comfort, but where he stands in moments of challenge and controversy. So I just want to express solidarity with our friends in Minnesota, in the school districts there that have been impacted by all of the things. We've seen the fear and intimidation here in our own neighborhood since last summer. And many communities across the state continue to experience those things. And so we know also that Dr. King said that intelligence plus character is the goal of true education. And that we have to pair those practical learnings with our morals. And so in these trying times, I think it's just an important time to remember that as we're here in our schools to support all in our communities. So thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca, for your comments. Next, we will go to Michelle.
Happy New Year to everybody. I hope that teachers and staff and children had a really, really great break to kind of rejuvenate themselves and refresh and hit the second semester with a renewed sense of work. And I'm really excited to see what that is to bring. I mean, I always, as an educator, see it as like the downward slide to the end of the year, but I mean, it's a long slide. So I get excited for these first few months just because there is a sense of new. And I just hope that we can reframe ourselves and to reset and to be able to make this really, really positive. Really exciting things happening in the community. I know that WEF is gearing up for their events coming in to the second part of the year. So I'm really looking forward to some of those fun things that are going to be happening soon. So I'll be attending their meeting next week. So stay tuned for more information on that. But thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody back.
Thank you, Michelle. And I will also say Happy New Year. It really is amazing that we're already midway through January. When did that happen, right? But I truly want to say thank you to everyone for a fantastic successful yet challenging 2025, but really looking forward as well to what's to come in 2026. This year's already started off with a bang with a lot of activities here in the next couple of weeks. As Rebecca mentioned, I will be attending the state budget workshop. It's incredibly important for all of us to stay up to date in terms of what the governor and the state is going to do with budgets. So definitely looking forward to attending that in Orange County next week. We do have a local public schools funding meeting also next week, which I'm planning on attending. There's a facilities cash coalition conference that's going to happen in February, which I'm also looking forward to attending and looking at potential opportunities to leverage our matching funds and working with our program management teams as well as to what opportunities and information is shared with us at that conference. And speaking of facilities, really looking forward to the Weisburn Sports Complex as it's nearing its final stages of construction. And truly, I want to thank our Weisburn community as well for the passage of Measure EE, and Michelle and Rebecca for your leadership in helping us pass and inform our community for that bond. As you mentioned, Rebecca, it is an unbelievable point in time where we're getting so close to delivering on that promise to have those fields actually built. I mean, I truly believe that our communities are formed around school districts, and if you find a strong school district, you'll find a strong community. Really, truly, and it's an honor and a privilege to live within the Weisburn Unified School District boundaries and serve on the board here. And there's a lot of excitement to come just because of that project. But thank you both. Thank you both for your leadership and energy on Measure EE. One item I also wanted to touch base on is as we're looking at, and maybe I can work together with Dr. Silvers, Blake, in terms of healthcare costs. I know we always want to look at budgets and benefits and things like that. As we're looking for like the new enrollments and things that are coming up, I'd like for us to just stay vigilant on what the new policies and benefits are for as the enrollments are coming up, just so that we are making sure that we have the best possible deals, if you will, or what the right program that's providing health insurance coverages for our staff and our teachers here within the district. If we can continue to look at that and be vigilant with that, maybe we could do a follow-up conversation on that. All right. That's all I have in terms of comments. Next, we do have a school site update. And I'm going to turn this over. Blake, I don't know if you have some opening comments here, but I think we have two, correct? Aviation Elementary and Success Learning Center.
Sorry. Yes, we do.
All right. So which one's first?
I know we do. Yeah, so I think, love to hear these highlights, and I think we'll start with aviation today.
Excellent.
We have some kiddos with us today.
We do. Yes.
Take it away, Summer.
Yeah.
Before.
Just waiting for slides.
I think it's up to Jason, not meaning to call you out over here, Jason, but you're on.
All right, while that's happening, President Banuelos, Board of Trustees, Dr. Silvers, and District Administrators, thank you so much for this opportunity to highlight Aviation Elementary School and all of the things we have been doing with our priorities. We're really excited to share, and I also have some special guests who are excited to share some updates with you as well. Cool. All right, so we are focusing on our 4 priorities this evening. We'll be looking at reading, math, science, and our student wellness and safety, SWS, and highlighting some areas that we've been focusing on in each of those. At the beginning of the school year, our teachers were part of a training, the Getting Reading Right training, which really focused on the science of reading and diving in deeper into literacy, which was great for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade teachers because we sometimes think of learning how to read, but then what do we do next? And so it opened their eyes to some different strategies that they can use to really support our older elementary students in the classroom. And then we jumped in with everyone on the iReady diagnostic to look more at personalized instruction for our students and to really monitor the progress that they're making in both reading and in math. So this is our beginning of the year diagnostic information that came from it and our data. We are in the process of wrapping up our mid-year, so we're really excited to share that information with you as well. And we've seen some great growth, but at the beginning of the year, as we know, when you're in lower elementary, you're looking at learning how to read, and we're really focused on reading and using that to learn and to deep dive into it. And we looked at our informational text, and as you can see, that's the area we focused on. So at the beginning of the year, 43% of our students were at early on, mid, or above grade level. Looking at tier 2, which is 30%, we're 1 grade below. And that wasn't a big concern because we were at the beginning of the school year. So an incoming 5th grader was at a 4th grade level, which is great. We want them to show mastery at 4th grade coming into 5th grade. And then that shows us we're right where we need to start with them. And then our tier 3, we had 27% who were 2 or more grade levels below. So we know with informational text, we see that across the board in not only reading and comprehension, but then you dive into history, you dive into science, and it also trickles into math. So focusing on informational text, we felt would be a wonderful place where we can spread that throughout all of our curriculums as well. And then we had to figure out, well, where do we go from here and what is our plan? So diving a little deeper, we can see with 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade specific, we noticed that our 5th grade, we were at 41% of our students needed a little more extra support in the area of informational text, especially knowing that in 5th grade, we will be assessing in science as well. And there is a lot of reading and understanding that information and diving into it. And you can also see our incoming 3rd grade did a great job over in 2nd grade. Thank you to Holly Glenn for working with our students. So we had, we were looking at some great strategies that we can use to continue that momentum with our incoming 3rd grade and also our 4th grade. We had some room to continue to grow as well.
So we felt like we were in a good place at the beginning of the year to start some of these different programs and activities. And with the idea of 60% mastery by mid-year, so which is now. So we're kind of seeing those scores. And like I said, tomorrow is our last day when our window will be closing, and we're close to 100% of completion. So we'll be able to share some of those scores, but preliminary scores are showing that we are right on target with approaching 60% mastery in informational text, which is really exciting for us as well. We really had a focus, and we continue to have a focus on academic vocabulary. Something that came from our training at the beginning of the school year was how can we really deep dive into vocabulary with our older students and focus on that to help drive instruction as well. We're looking at our intervention support. We do have an intervention teacher on campus every day, but then also how can we help our students in the classroom? What can we do to support not just outside of the classroom by pulling to get that additional support, but in our classroom to really target all of our students? And we looked at different things like book clubs. We're looking at some a book challenge that one of our grade levels is piloting right now to increase reading and just have students dive into different genres and understand it from their other classmates' perspectives, which has been great to see. And then we are continuing with our iReady, My Path, which we're working on throughout. Some of our teachers have been very creative with throughout the day, where they're having our students work on iReady. And our goal is to have them complete 49 minutes per week in reading and or 2 lessons. So that is what iReady recommends, and that's what we've been working towards throughout the year so far.
And Ms. Graves,
Yeah.
do you expect to have the mid-year diagnostic to see where we're tracking?
We tomorrow.
Oh.
The window closes tomorrow, and like I said, we're looking great so far with what we're seeing. I think we still have approximately like 40 more students who are they're in the middle of the diagnostic and finishing up. Yeah, so we'll be able to share that information. I am very excited about what we're seeing so far. We've kind of been peeking around and checking things out, so very excited to share that with you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then looking at math. So this year, we continue to work with our district math specialist. We do have some new teachers on our campus who are taking the opportunity to work with her, deep dive into our curriculum and really understand what we're doing with Eureka Math Squared. And then also incorporating CGI strategies to support the students as well. We are in our second year of our Coatson Fellowship. Ms. Maano, who is here with us today, she is our mentor, and then Ms. Roy, who's also here, is one of our fellows as well. So we continue to focus in the area of math and the great opportunities that our teachers are receiving through the Coatson Fellowship by going out to PDs, going to other school sites, and experiencing a deeper dive into the CGI strategies as well. And then, of course, our iReady diagnostic, which I know you're like, what's happening with that? So at the beginning of the school year, you can see, and I know this is kind of a trend we've been seeing across the district and across the county and state and so forth. Geometry is an area of focus in general. We can see that looking at that, we have a smaller band in the green and larger in yellow and red. So thinking about how can we support geometry other than let's look at geometry, right? It really goes back to numbers and operations. So many years ago, I had a wonderful assistant principal, offer me the great opportunity to teach geometry at the middle school. He may be sitting over here. And what I realized was with geometry, it's not just going in and looking at shapes and looking at line segments and working through different scenarios with that. You have to have a really strong foundation in number and operations. So that's where we're looking at for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students at aviation. And looking at that area with Tier 1, we started the school year with 40% of our students early on or mid or above grade level. Looking at Tier 2, we're at 47% 1 grade level below. So they're right where we wanted them to be at the beginning of the school year, coming into 4th grade with that 3rd grade foundation. So we were looking at that area to shift into tier 1 and expanding that. And then looking at our tier 3, which is 13% who are 2 or more grade levels below. So now we can provide them support as well to continue to help them shift as to the next level also. And then taking an even deeper dive into each individual grade level, you can see that our incoming 3rd grade students had a strong foundation in 2nd grade, a majority of our students, 60%. So that was great to see. And now we can start moving those students along as well with some different activities and strategies we implemented in the classroom. Looking at our 4th and our 5th grade students, we do have a large amount of students in the middle, and we can start moving them along. And then we also have our students who are at the beginning of their grade level and continuing with them as well, while also targeting our students who might need a little extra support in the area of math. Our goal for the mid-year diagnostic is, again, 60% mastery. So that's where I was hoping we would be by now. So we were making this growth and working towards that. We implemented, and some teachers were already working on this, math rotation. So during their math time, some of our teachers started taking that block of time and chunking it into stations for the students. Some tried it 1 day per week, some went to a couple days per week, and realized that they're able to have a targeted group of students who may need a little extra support based on the data they were seeing from exit tickets at the end of their lessons. So they would pull them in, do a quick little mini lesson, see how they were doing, and continue on with that process. So their groups are shifting depending on what they see in math that day or the previous day. And then looking at intervention support, looking even deeper at our win time, which I'll mention as well. We're diving into that and seeing how we can support our students as a classroom teacher in real time when they need a little additional support also. We also do have our intervention teacher who is, like I said, full-time on campus, or she's 60% on our campus, but every day. So we've been talking about how can we also start utilizing her a few days a week and looking at reading and math instead of just reading, which we did first semester. So 2nd semester, we're going to move into a little bit of a different model based on what our kids need right now. And continuing on with the iReady MyPath, same thing. Our goal is to have 40 minutes per week of iReady in math and or 2 lessons. So that's what we're striving for.
When are the students given time to complete that throughout their week?
Yeah, so sometimes it's during the win time. So we're able to utilize that time. If we have math rotations happening, it might be a station that they're at as well. So teachers are being very creative, helping each other come up with these ideas to where we can fit it in. Because sometimes during win time, our students need additional supports elsewhere. So they're not in the classroom all the time during win. So we want to make sure that it's equitable and they do have that time during the day as well to continue and complete. We don't ask our students to go home and do my math at home, or not my math, their MyPath at home. We would like to do that in the classroom so we can support them as well.
And do you find that they are making, they're meeting that goal roughly?
Yeah, they are meeting that goal. I can go in and teachers can do it as well. So we are learning the data. We're trying to figure out what to do with it and where to go next. So I can go in and see when a student has been on, how long they spent on a lesson. It tells me exactly, and the teacher as well, exactly how many lessons they completed, how many minutes they were on for that specific week, and to really see what their path looks like. Yeah, so it's been very helpful for me and then for the teachers. And now teachers are able to talk to the students about that, and they're able to understand what's happening in their MyPath as well. What's been really neat is with the mid-year diagnostic as we're completing it, I've heard some students, I don't know if they realize that I hear them out at recess, but they're talking about their data. And it's really cool when you walk by and they're like, hey, did you finish your math yet? And they're like, yeah. I increased. I grew. Like, you should see what I did. And they're very proud of it, which is not something you typically hear 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade students talking about at recess. And it warms my heart. It's great to hear that as well.
Hanging out with Killian and Paul.
And I will hang out with them every day and talk about data. Yes. So we're seeing some great growth and progress with our iReady, and same thing with math. We're seeing that as well. as reading. So I'm excited for you to see that data too. Looking at our science priority, we are continuing to use our Elevate Science curriculum and working with hands-on activities for our students. Sometimes you may be on campus and see a dissection of a flower or a plant, which I was in a classroom last week doing, and it's just great to see the students really diving in and working on different aspects of science as well. Our 5th grade has implemented the science rotations. So they are in their classroom the first part of the year so far. And now they are traveling from teacher to teacher for their 6-week rotation of science, which is really exciting to have our students, our 5th grade students, start learning how to navigate other teachers and their teaching styles and going from class to class and remembering to bring a pencil when you have to rotate. All of those things you don't think about, right? Right. So that's been great for our students to start experiencing in 5th grade. I know when I taught 5th grade, we did the same thing, and it was really rewarding to, at the end of the year, be able to say I knew all 150 5th graders as the teacher. And then we have also been talking about vertical planning from 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Looking at our CAS scores, we did see a decrease in them, and we talked as a site, how can we help support? I mean, we only test in 5th grade for science. How can we support our 5th grade teachers and our students? So our teachers have talked about starting a little bit later in the spring. Maybe we have like a visit your previous teacher, and 3rd grade teachers might help support, have them come in and talk about some of the standards that they're covering as well as a refresher. And we're coming up with some different ideas on how we can support one another and our 5th grade team as well. With student wellness and safety, every Monday, if you happen to be on campus, and you should come sometime, we have our weekly Bulldog assemblies where all of our students come together in our multi-purpose room, and we highlight the activities for the week. If there are announcements from our Bulldog Bark or our student council, they're there to share that as well. And then we close out with a riddle with Miss Renee every week. And I forgot it one week and the students were not happy. They love the riddles with her. So we are able to really highlight those activities. We also, if we have something special for them, a little part of our assembly, we bring in special activities as well. We continue to have our site core meetings twice a week or twice a month, and we meet together and discuss what we can do to continue the supports that we have for our students on campus. And that is led by Ms. Renee, our counselor, and myself, and we work with our team. We have our monthly SWO staff meetings, and with that, again, Ms. Renee and her core team lead that. And we've given some of that ownership over to them, which is great. They go through our Capturing Kids' Hearts lessons. We look at data, and then also our DEI lessons for the month. So she's able to highlight all of that as well. And then at the beginning of the school year, Ms. Renee did a minute meeting with every single student on campus. So it was literally a minute. She met with them. She asked them their name, a couple hobbies, and then learned, I think she knows every student's name on our campus. It was quite amazing that she was able to do that, and she loved just getting to know them. So now every student, if they have to talk to her, it's not a scary thing to talk to the counselor. It's just Miss Renee. She knows me and she knows my name. So it was really great. And something that she really wanted to try this year so that she can get to know our students a little bit better. Speaking of our students, we also have our, our Bulldog Bucks and our Bulldog store. There's that as well. We, for our positive behavior incentives, we do have, Miss Renee has a Bulldog store open a couple times a month. So students can come shopping. It's really exciting for them. And we really focus on being our Bulldog best. So our students are excited to show that they are trying their best at school at all times. And now we can talk about our students who are here. So we have our Bulldog Bark newspaper. We have an SWS section and culture and inclusion section. And I do have our 2 editors here who would just like to share a little bit about what they are doing this year. They would like to come up. Yeah, come on up. Here you go.
Good evening. My name is Izzy. I am one of the editors of Bulldog Bark. I have been doing Bulldog Bark for 2 years now. I enjoy being an editor because I love writing and helping others. Something I am looking forward to this year is seeing everybody's articles when they are completed and published. Now I will hand it over to our editor.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Marlo, and I'm an editor for the Bulldog Bark at Aviation. I have been in Bulldog Bark since 3rd grade. I love to write and work with other people. The job of an editor is to help run the newspaper and to answer any questions students may have. The first edition will be coming out on February 17th, 2026. Thank you.
Thank you. Bulldog Bark is possible because of our amazing advisors. We have Ms. Maano and we have Ms. Roy here with us today, and they work really hard with our students to ensure that they have a stellar newspaper coming out. Stay tuned, it will be coming your way in about a month, so we're very excited for our first edition. We also have an opportunity for our students to help me run the school through our student council, and I have 2 of our board members here tonight as well.
Hello, everybody. My name is Berkeley Justin, and I'm the school secretary at Aviation Elementary School. As secretary, I take attendance and notes at student council meetings and present at Monday assemblies. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Franklin. I'm the school student council president. Some of the duties I have to do as president is leading the student council meetings and also leading our weekly assemblies. Thank you for listening to us this evening.
Thank you for coming.
So Monday mornings, they do keep me in line and make sure that we have everything in there, and then they run the meeting, I introduce it, and they take it off. So it's really nice to have our students come and share what they're doing and really working on those leadership skills and being able to speak publicly in front of everyone. And it's such a joy to work with all of them as well. Our student council advisors, we have Ms. Romero and Ms. Ruvalcaba, and they have been doing a wonderful job of supporting our students. So we are ongoing steps. We are partnering with the iReady team. We have continued trainings and we have celebrations. We kicked off last week with an iReady diagnostic Pump It Up rally. So we had the mascot come, and it was just a wonderful experience for our students to kick off the week. And then we are continuing our iReady data dives. We do have one next week where we will look at the data that we currently have to continue monitoring our growth and figure out next steps and where we're going to go as a school site and as our grade level teams. And we are continuing to look at our intentional use of our win time. This is something we really want to focus on. We're looking at it individually, then we're looking at it as a team, grade level teams, and we also have looked at it as whole staff, so we can share those ideas. Sometimes 3rd grade has a wonderful idea that 5th grade hadn't thought of yet, and so being able to do that during our staff meetings has been really powerful as well. And next, exciting events we have at Aviation. Tomorrow we have our So Much Fun Stuco recess event, which our board has been planning, and it's also a winter exciting spirit day. So kids are encouraged to wear their winter gear, although it might be a little warm. We'll do our best. And this weekend, we have our PTA ice skating event at the Toyota Center. On the 19th, we have a restaurant night. And then looking at next month, we do have our open house on the 11th. If you would like to check out a day in the life of a 3rd, 4th, and 5th grader, we're very excited to share what we are currently doing as well. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
A couple comments, actually.
Sure.
With regards to the focus on math and geometry, I really liked how you had a concerted area of where you were going to focus on other than do more geometry, right? More math. So, and I obviously caught that as you mentioned that, but thank you for looking deeper and diving into like what would be the foundational elements of that education to improve the performance or their learning of our students, as opposed to just taking a more general approach. I'm always more of that deep dive into the information and what can we do specifically to improve. So I really keyed in on that. So thank you for focusing on that as well.
Thank you.
Wanted to say to Izzy and Marlo, February 17th is going to be on my calendar. I really look forward to reading the Bulldog Bark. So thank you for sharing the date with me, and looking forward to reading the first edition of the year. So, and thank you for joining us today. I believe it's Berkeley?
Yes,
Is it? Okay, Berkeley and Franklin. Thank you for being in leadership positions already within the aviation in your school. One day, it'd be amazing as a student if you were on this board. You're already in leadership positions, so please keep that in mind as you look forward, because we're always looking for great community members that are committed to being a part of their community where they're growing. So thank you for joining us today, and definitely wish you good luck in your political career as you're starting already. And I'll turn it over to Rebecca or Michelle if you have any comments.
Great job. Wonderful hearing about all of these things. And yes, thank you so much. I appreciate the time and effort.
Yeah, it's, I'm this Killian's last semester at aviation, my last child's last semester at aviation. So I'm thrilled to hear about all of the things that are happening there and looking forward to all the things that are coming up this spring. So kudos to everyone who's been part of building that little community there. Thank you.
Would it be possible to take a photo with our students and with the board? They were excited to meet
Absolutely.
board members.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good luck to take a picture with their future leaders, of course.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just this way. 1 second. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Look here really fast.
All right, thank you.
I know. I just know my shoes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Have a nice evening. Do we have one more, Blake? Okay.
We do. So now we are going to bring up, hi, Sarah. Come on. Thank you for waiting, Sarah.
No problem.
All right.
Hey, Sarah, welcome.
Hi.
Oh, can you guys hear me? Okay, great. All right. Good evening, everybody, board members, district leadership, and community members. My name is Sarah Green, and I'm the proud administrator of Success Learning Center and Futures Plus. So I'm excited to provide you with some program updates tonight. The first, I think, exciting thing being, which I wanted to feature, was our new logos. We've worked really hard on these with the support from Erica and her team, and I think they're really beautiful. So I featured them a little bit so you guys can see.
All right.
Hopefully you like them. Yeah.
That's not the press.
Yes. Oh, is it this button?
Yeah, give it a second.
Okay, I want to over click. Awesome. All right, so we'll start with Success Learning Center. So the SLC is essentially an alternative learning environment for students 6th through 12th grade. And we service students across our Southwest SELPA area. So we can take referrals from any of our partnering districts along with Da Vinci schools. Our current students are from Da Vinci schools, Wiseburn and Redondo Beach Unified School District, but we're always open to the referrals from other partnering districts as they come in throughout the year. Our primary utilization for curriculum is APEX. That's kind of a self-paced online curriculum that the students use just for all their subject areas. Kind of the nature of the program kind of lends itself to having a self-paced option just because the teacher obviously can't teach 5 subjects simultaneously. We also utilize iReady for the middle school students. And even though I don't have data per se to share, our current population is so small, it doesn't even really give me that sort of classroom data. But on an individual basis, I actually was noticing some increases from fall to our middle of the year update that I know Summer was referencing. So that was exciting to see. So even with my small group of students using it, there have been some improvements with it, which is great. We also utilize the Capturing Kids' Hearts curriculum, which I'll talk about a little bit more. And then we'll also be adding Subject AI we're going to be trialing it for spring coming up here quickly. And I can speak to that too a little bit later. So for our program highlights, just given the nature of the program, it's a really significant focus on PBIS, so positive behavior intervention supports. Really, we want our students to be engaged, attending, good behavior. Just so we really do a good job, I think, and we've really worked on making the program a lot more consistent this year of a weekly point system. So essentially, they earn points each day for different things, goals. They set a daily goal for themselves, academics, attending, going to counseling sessions. And at the end of the week on Fridays, they get to go to the SLC store. And based on how many points they got, they get to kind of cash in and get a prize. And then as a collective group, they're working on a class goal to get to 1,000 points, which they actually just did. So last week, they got to go to Barnes & Noble for kind of an off-campus prize for all of them, which was really cool. So that's kind of our framework, and my school psychologist has done a really great job this year of kind of implementing a new program with that, which I'm really proud of. For Capturing Kids' Hearts, either my school psych or the teacher does a weekly themed lesson. So we really use that curriculum a lot with our program. Always the lessons are themed based on the month and kind of different things week to week. But that's a very big embedded piece to their day, is having a lot of that social emotional learning happening. And then of course we have our garden, which we're excited to move from our current home into our new space soon and kind of bring that back to life more. But the garden has really been an awesome cornerstone of the program, and even the students you don't expect to be interested in it are really interested in once they've seen like their plants grow. It's a really cool thing to watch with them. So I'm very proud of that piece of it too. And then I know we got to acknowledge him at the last board meeting, but I just wanted to do a quick shout out for Noah Torres, who is one of our SLC students who was nominated for and won the AXA Region 14 Every Student Succeeds Award, and they honored him last month at the ceremony. So I just was wanting to put him out here and recognize him again, because we're very proud of him. And he's a great example of kind of the student that can start in one place and end up where he's been, and he's been a very successful student. So very, very proud of Noah. So now I'll switch gears to Futures Plus, which is our adult transition program that serves students that are 18 to 22. Our big program focuses are really about community-based instruction opportunities and vocational life skills. So we really are wanting, at this point in the student's career educationally, it's all about getting them ready for adulthood. So, budgeting, resume building, job searches, things like that, and putting them into the community as much as possible. So here's some pictures from this year's, a couple of the community-based outings they've done. The middle picture is from the trip they took to the El Segundo Fire Station in November, and it was a really awesome tour. I got to go with them, actually, and they took them all through the station. They got to go in the bus. The guys were great, super accommodating. One of our students even snuck back into the area where they have all their like big lazy boy chairs and was just hanging out in there at one point. And I was like, what are you doing in here? So he loved it so much.
That's great.
Yeah, he wanted to stay. He wanted to become a firefighter that day. So that was a really cool experience that they opened their doors to us and let us come and see everything. So yeah, again, it's a really big piece of the program, just having them out into the community. Oh, wrong way. And then our coffee cart program is another thing I wanted to really highlight. I'm very proud of this program, especially this year. I think everyone in here has probably either seen or heard about it at this point. They're kind of the stars of the show in the district office on the days they come. But they've been rock stars with this, and it's been such a cool opportunity for them to have just to focus and work on some of those skills of getting people's orders and working with money and all the things that come with that. So I'm very proud of them. They've had a few features on social media about the coffee cart, and it's been really cool to kind of feature them and highlight that.
When is that? Or did
They come in the mornings.
to here to this?
Yes,
Okay.
district office if you're ever here.
Every day?
They start around 9:30. Mondays and Wednesdays through this side. Yeah. And other days they go up to other floors. Please, yeah.
Have a punch card.
There's a punch card.
Friday night, okay.
Yes, yes.
That's fantastic.
Starting to remember if you're a regular. Like, you want the
That's so
cream.
great. Nice, good. Yeah, so they all have different jobs each day and they take it very seriously. It's been a really nice kind of addition to the program this year. So I'm very proud of them with that. So just looking ahead, like I mentioned, for SLC, we're about to start trialing the new subject AI curriculum, which if you guys have more questions about, I'm happy to answer. So, and I also appreciate the support and your approval to get that going. As we know, things are shifting very quickly into a new world with education and using AI tools. And in my perspective, I'm always looking for ways to increase engagement and learning opportunities. And the nice thing with the thing that was interesting to me about Subject AI is that it's a lot of video-based instruction. So with my students especially, because they're all taking different coursework and they're working on different classes, they can have this tailored to what their needs are. And the video-based instruction, I think, can be a lot more of an engaging option than just trying to read text through constantly. So it does a nice blend, I think, of text reading and also video-based things. And it also has, with the AI component, a lot of individualized help. So there's these chat bots that they can really type to and be like, I need help with this math problem, and it'll help walk them through all those steps. So, because even for me, I've reached my limit sometimes with like helping in certain subject areas. So there's a computer that can do that now, which is really helpful. So I'm excited to see how that goes with second semester. And then, of course, we're looking forward to our campus relocation. Lots of exciting things happening with that and more to come from that. But I'm excited that we're getting so close to that being a reality. And then again, just continuing partnering with local community and SELPA districts as far as trying to increase numbers and referrals to the SLC side of the program. So that was it from me, short and sweet. So thank you for having me. Do you guys have any questions?
No, just I'm excited for all of the things that you've done to grow the program and
Thank you.
to implement some changes in it. So very excited to see that. Can you remind us how many students on the SLC side you currently have?
We currently have 6 enrolled students, yeah.
And what's the capacity right now for the program?
I don't know exactly a number. It's been tricky with just the space limitation is mostly the thing. So once we're in our new space, it'll open things up more. But I would say, I think 15 before we would consider maybe opening a second classroom would be it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was thinking. So, yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Next, we are going to go to our mathematics update, and I believe Ms. Mayberry has an update for us.
I have two big updates in the land of mathematics and Wiseburn Unified. One being that the iReady diagnostic is closing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I heard.
We're playing the
When can you please repeat?
MOI middle of the year, and I, like Ms. Graves, is signing on constantly to see, and we get to see some of these data outputs. So I am very excited about my next presentation to you all to share this exciting data. And so it is a really great tool that, myself and our teachers are using on our next steps to help our students. And so it's great to see that being played into action and all the support our teachers are providing it. Our middle school has begun their pilot with Amplify Desmos. And so they have begun, they're going to be trying 2 textbooks out, Amplify, and then again in March, Eureka Squared, similar to that of the elementary schools. And so they've begun to use that curriculum. So we've gotten through the hiccups of setting up all the technology and the usernames, and it really dug into week 2 deep with the curriculum. We set some norms and expectations around using it, so students are coming home with new materials, and sharing it, and, you know, hearing the little things from the teachers about the exciting things and things to consider if this is something we want to go forward in the future. So we've begun already starting to listen to some of those ideas. You know, to that team who was willing to take this on, in my opinion, really quickly, because they knew it was the best thing for them and their students. I mean, bravo to that team for being willing to do that. Thank you to Ms. Compton, who is, you know, helping lead that conversation amongst, you know, as kind of a math expert in the district, to all of them for the time that they have devoted to their students.
All right, thank you. Blake, next we'll go to you for district leadership
Did you want
reports.
to lead into something? Do you want to just keep it going?
Well, sure. I mean,
All right.
I just have one other announcement. Well, we had design day number 3 today, so we have some great things coming with our design team. Some big decisions were made today, but I'm going to leave that to our team to go ahead and share that with you in the future, as we're still ironing out a few kinks. We're gearing up for our February 2nd. We're going to have now it is the Weisberg Mini Conference 2.0. And so it was
Mini
exciting as today at 4 or 3 o'clock, the window opened to start signing up for sessions. And I have to say, as someone who likes data and like the sessions that were there, like what the interest is of our teachers, like it's great to see the excitement around learning and their continued growth and development. So bravo to our teams that are here and willing to put themselves out there and continue to learn. So I'm excited to help with that day. And then we have begun our Multitudes Assessment, which is our reading difficulty screener that came down, you know, the mandate to come down. What I'm saying is it's kind of like the new CASP for K through 2nd grade. Every student in the state has to do this assessment. Our MTSS team is just stellar. They came in with so many questions, went through the training, and we're like, let's just go. On the second day after their training, began with our 2nd grade team and got through almost the entire grade level at one school. We're way ahead of the schedule that we had made, which is awesome. Our teachers are flexible. You know, we're having our specialists come in, so the impact on the classroom and their loss of teaching is really minimal amongst this. We're finding that it says that it takes 5 to 15 minutes. A kid, it takes about 13. we are timing ourselves at this point. And so going from 679 students that need to be assessed, we're down to less than 100 at this point in less than 2 weeks. And so bravo to them. Thank you to our teachers in the K-12 for this, or K-2, for their flexibility for us coming in and kind of going off that schedule and looking forward to the feedback that they provide to us. And our goal is the letters that we are mandated to send home to families will be going home in the report card in a couple weeks. So here we go. We're round 1 is, I feel like it's 2015 and we're doing CASP for the first time again. I'm like, oh my gosh, something new. That's very great to see.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Couple of updates from this week. We had our first ever new teacher mid-year check-in on Tuesday. And it was a nice opportunity for us to meet with new teachers and really see how they were doing, see how their onboarding process went. And most importantly, what resources or what things that we might be able to do to make their day-to-day teaching easier for them. And so they were able to give some really good feedback. We hope to do this again at the end of the year to also just do another check-in with them. We're really using what we learned from the new teacher check-in to improve our HR practices. And so things that stood out, we want to celebrate, and things that we know that we need to improve on, we want to make sure that we make those changes for the upcoming year. So this is really a non-evaluative, just a nice opportunity to check in with folks beyond those just at the school site. So that was on Tuesday. Also, in today's agenda, I think it's item 11.1 is a contract with Learner Center Collaborative for the evaluation design. So I want to first thank WFA and the board as we move forward with this. But most importantly, it's my little pitch to hopefully recruit teachers and SLPs to be a part of this team and be a part of designing our new evaluation tool and really being a part of this vision. And so there will be information going out beyond this work to recruit more folks onto that team.
Thank you. Mike, we'll go next to you for
Sure.
your superintendent report.
Thank you. Just a couple updates of, actually several updates. Want to first say, before we went to break, I had shared with the board that I was going to be traveling to Detroit. Did complete the training, the certificate for the district as it relates to ALICE training, ALICE certification. It does open a lot of, it kind of opens a can of worms, right? It's like, there's so much that we need to do just to make sure that we're aligned and consistent. So we're going to start that training, putting together a training schedule now. Hope to get that out next week to be able to give staff an opportunity to hear, a trainer of Alice, not just we do currently do e-learning, but you just don't get the same interaction that way. You don't get to ask the same questions. So there is a world in which we need to do a presentation and also offer some opportunities for some simulations so that people can kind of go through that, which are intense. I mean, this is intense stuff, right? It's not stuff that anybody really wants to do. It's just something we have to do. So looking forward though to that, to going through the process only for the sake of being prepared. Obviously not the content itself. But just a good training all in all, thanks to Ted for being willing to brave the cold with me and go do that. I think we were in it was like 8 degrees or something. So it's just really, really cold in Detroit. But nice. It's cold for me at least. Also had an opportunity to attend the recreation committee meeting. Sean, thank you. Put together a nice agenda for us yesterday to really capture. It was a lot of excitement. I'll just say, and I think the excitement about the new space. I heard it from board members tonight as well as we heard it last night. And there's just almost a it's just like a euphoria about this facility opening, and kind of a lot of pressure on the district to open this the right way and make sure that we're managing it correctly. Obviously, we want to do that anyway, but it's a big facility. It's 185,000 square feet. It's 3 fields, batting cages, warming kitchens, storage units, and it's kind of one of those things where everybody wants a piece of all of that, and so we have to just navigate that in a good way and make sure that we're also maintaining the field. And part of that discussion yesterday, which I've shared with this board, was a draft of rates. Historically, the district has not charged our youth groups, meaning our AYSO leagues and our little leagues, but that's unfortunately, it's just too expensive, to operate. I mean, when you think about Musco Lights, for instance, you run a Musco Light for an hour, it's about $55. So, you add that over the course of, 12 months and you're going into 9 o'clock. I mean, that starts really adding up. So, really having to take a look at what the cost of, we're not trying to make a profit off of this. What we're trying to do is be able to cover our costs and then also be able to put some money away for when the carpet has to be replaced or, we have to do some major repairs on that facility. So, that's going to be a bit of a learning curve. And I know one of the leagues in particular, Wiseburn Little League, asked, would we be willing to entertain some sort of memorandum of understanding, like a flat fee instead of an ongoing hourly rate, which, frankly, may be easier for us to manage too. And if we come up with the right number, I think that there is a reality in which we could bring to this board a potential agreement. Obviously, the terms of that is all up to the board to vote on and to approve. But I do want to engage those leagues, at least initially, in that, because I think for both of us, it probably would be easier. So we'll work with, business with Sean to try and come up with what that number may look like. With our leagues, but just wanted to share some of those early conversations. Obviously, nothing is carved in granite, but just a lot of positivity out of that meeting, a lot of excitement. We're still targeting the February 28th ribbon cutting or grand opening. It's still tenuous a little bit because we have to see how the weather is going to treat us over the next few weeks to be able to meet that deadline, to be able to open. We're already delayed on the parking lot portion of it, but still hoping to get that done. And just now initially, and we will send out an invite in the next couple of weeks, like officially, once we get that clearance. But we are looking at a 1 o'clock start time for that, only because the recommendation was to do it not in the morning when there's dew on that it just allows time for kind of the sun to come out and the grass turf to dry and just be a better experience for everybody. So definitely we're taking that into account. So I'm just putting that out there again. We haven't fully shored up that day, but I'm just kind of just thinking out loud and with the information we have, it would be for that. So really excited as well about the sports complex. If you haven't had a chance to drive by it, I mean, it looks amazing. The carpet's rolling out, the lights are looking nice, the signage is up and all of the things. So, definitely a shout out to Noemi and Cherie and Miguel and Gregory and Celeste for all the work they've done in managing that project. and seeing it's a really, really important project to this community as we've seen. So thank you for that. Also want to share a special thank you to Da Vinci Schools, to Matt Wonder, to Carla, along with folks on our side, on our team here, Erica and Bridget, and our team. We were able to successfully win or get a grant for about $130,000, $150,000 to focus on building collective efficacy and teaming among our teachers. Provide opportunities for further collaboration, but really the support from Da Vinci on that was huge. And being able to reach out to some of their funders and folks in the nonprofit, and then WEF is involved because it trickles through WEF because foundations have to, end up donating to foundations. So it becomes a pass-through in that regard, but just wanted to extend a thank you to the team across both organizations for that support through that. Excited to see it. Then I also had a chance today to attend attend the design team committee meeting today. And I just want to say, like, what I saw today, and I'm sure it's happened in the past, first time I've seen it to this degree, but seeing the middle school and the elementary school teachers collaborating on best practices related to report card, to assessment, student assessment, and maybe not necessarily, which is okay, not necessarily agreeing in the beginning, but coming to an agreement in the end was really powerful. I mean, I just think that opportunity for professionals and teachers to talk, educators to talk. So thank you, Maggie, for spearheading that, for providing that platform for people to have those conversations, and a hats off to the teachers for engaging in those difficult conversations. And grading is tough, and it's a real challenge, and it's really important. So I was really I was really excited to hear the conversation and to see it, and so forth. So anyway, I just wanted to note that. Also want to thank the tech team. Jason's here today, but got a couple emails this week from teachers who basically were letting me know how thrilled they've been with the response time of our tech team of late, the professionalism of that tech team of late. As you know, as this board knows, we've struggled to be fully staffed in that area, just as a hard position, but we are. And being fully staffed and having a group of team members that are really just committed to making sure that teachers' laptops are taken care of, and printers, and the office staff is taken care of, makes a huge difference, and really clears some of those obstacles that confront people on a day-to-day that really could be really frustrating. So my hats off to Jose and Kevin, Juan, Jason, who's here today, and Jim, who's helping get us set up. Jim will be with us for another few months. He leaves. His contract will be up in a few months, and then we'll turn it over to our team, to finish the work. But I'm just really, really, really happy to receive those emails. I wanted to extend it publicly to the team, for their work. Just 2 years ago, I think, Robin and Didi could probably attest to this. It was like one of the biggest challenges of many, but in our district was the internet not working, and things, in the middle of a lesson, YouTube, links not working, etc. So just to see it starting to kind of work and so forth is just a big deal. So anyway, thank you to the team. I'm very, very thankful. Last, I want to thank, Silka's here today, and I know this will be Silka's last meeting joining us, and for a while. And Silka has done so many things in this district, from food service to, if there's not a food service person, Silka's going to be there serving food. And like, seriously, she will be there, handing out food and making sure that those operations get done. And obviously her HR tech, and she understands payroll. So just that expertise in the office has been remarkable. Just the care for the district and the care for the operations is really noteworthy. So thank you, Silka. We'll miss you. We'll always be here for when you come back, but definitely wanted to share that publicly too. Lastly, I know, we do have a CBO contract on the agenda today. About 8 years ago, this guy named Sean Kearney was in my mind, and I was gonna recruit this guy to be our CBO, and he did. And you know, Sean, for what it's worth, I think that you've done just a tremendous job in keeping, you know, being the fiscal steward of the district and giving us the guidance that we needed to do what we did. And so I just you know, I know wish you the best moving forward, and I just wanted to publicly thank you for the time and the effort and just the care, you know, the human being you've been through this process. So thank you. That's all I have today.
So I was going to reserve my comments for Sean, but since you've opened
Oh, sorry, Roger. Yeah, I
I I did want to say thank you, Sean. Thank you for your leadership and guiding our district with regards to all the financials and including being a big part of facilities as well. It's been a pleasure working with you. Definitely wish you well on your next position, your next move, and thank you for being a part of Wiseburn. I really appreciate all of your contributions, everything you've done here for us, and like I said, I wish you very, very well. And thank you for having been a part here. All right. All right, next we're going to go to section 7 of our agenda. Wendy, do we have any public comments on agenda items this time? No, thank you. We're going to move on to consent. Is there a motion for item 8.1, which would approve items 8.2 through 8.18?
So moved. Second.
Any comments or questions on any of these items before I call the motion?
And I just want to say for order of business, because we only have 3 board members today, we do need 3 yes votes for an item to pass. Okay, Nisha, I think had a comment.
Can I just make a comment on?
Yes, absolutely.
Item 8.18, which is the classified personnel board agenda item. Just taking a closer look, especially after the Futures Plus and SLC presentation by Sarah Green. We actually have one of our students who has been newly hired at Aviation as a playground aide, is Nakai Thomas. He is in the Futures Plus program, and so he is one of our adult transition students. He was the main coffee cart person, and so we miss him here at the district office.
Oh, man, what are you gonna do now?
But now he is, he did
Great.
start last Monday at Aviation as a playground aide, and the teachers, the staff, Summer, just great, just great things. And he's, Summer actually mentioned just today that he's gotten to the point now where he's interacting with the students more and teaching the kids how to jump rope on the blacktop. And so it's great to see one of our students, a Futures Plus student, now an employee of our district. So.
Thank you. I do have one comment on item 8.10. This is to approve a consultant agreement with Well. I would like to thank the Wiseburn Ed Foundation for their contribution. I understand that this is for grant writing and it's a co-funded position. So I wanted to really thank WEF for their contributions to Wiseburn and everything they do for our community before we take a vote on that. Okay. So I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion carries 3-0. Okay. Next is section 9. Item 9.1 is to receive board policies for second reading and adoption. This is related to Title IX sexual harassment complaint procedures for both of the items listed. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion carries 3-0. 9.2 is to approve school accountability report cards for Del Air Elementary, Aviation Elementary, Holly Glen Elementary, Wiseburn Middle School, and SLC. Is there a motion? Becca, second. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Motion also carries 3-0. Item 9.3 is to approve English language development reclassification criteria. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
I do have a question with regards to the criteria that we're asked to approve. What is different in this criteria from what we currently have?
Great question. So in order to be considered reclassified, the state does identify 4 categories, one being English proficiency, which is the LPAC. Every student needs to have that. The other 3 are for our local control agency to decide. And so we have used traditionally our teacher as the teacher evaluation part, our grades that we provide our students and teacher input. It's the basic skills assessment that's changing because in the past we used STAR. And we no
Okay.
longer use STAR, we have moved to iReady, so we needed to shift this criteria to align with that assessment tool.
Okay,
And so that's the shift. But everything else is.
everything else is the
Yeah.
same. Okay,
And comparative, so there is just the different assessment forms, but it's all
Right.
comparative
Right.
as far as the levels
Yeah,
that
correct,
you're asking.
correct.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries 3-0. Section 10 is action items for facilities. Item 10.1 is for a notice of completion and release of retention for the project at Aviation Elementary School and Wiseburn Middle School for flooring and ceiling tile project with Kaya that was paid through Measure EE funds. Is there a motion?
Moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Motion carries 3-0. Item 10.2 is change order number 1, which is contract for purchase and installation of modular classroom and restroom bed. That's a long number. Number 200003945, contract number C9130 with Los Angeles Unified School District piggyback bid for the SLC project with Next Mod Inc. And this is a change order contract extension change order to extend the metal deck. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Rebecca, any comments or questions?
Rebecca is.
Rebecca, Michelle?
Doesn't matter, whatever.
In 2
It does
years,
not
in
matter.
2 years, I'm gonna get that one straight. Thank you. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion carries 3-0. Item 10.3 is contract amendment number 2 for a leaseback project at 135th and Aviation Sports Complex with Erickson Hall, also to be paid out of Measure EE funds. And this was to add a site access control and pedestrian gates and bollards at the south parking lot entrance. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Michelle and Rebecca. I got that one. Any comments or questions? Hearing none? Oh,
Yeah, no, I just, no, I mean, this is the new metal gate or the electric gate or whatever that's going in?
Correct.
Okay,
Indoor access controls and perimeter.
instead of the lock and key, right? Okay,
Well, for the access,
For the
right, but the
access.
gate was no gate.
Right.
So
yeah, so it's
no
adding a
gate.
gate, which wasn't planned before,
Right.
and changing the type of entry
Yeah.
into the facility.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you.
thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion carries 3-0. Item 10.4 is change order number 1 to bid 2025-04 for the baseball field improvement project. This is at Del Air at Da Vinci Connect site with Corner Keystone Construction Corporation, also to be paid out of Measure EE funds. And this was to add a 30-foot tall netting system, about 150 lineal feet at the new baseball field or modernized baseball field. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a comment.
Blake?
Did you all have a comment? I see you moving back there.
Sorry, this one's a change order over 10%. So in order for this to be approved, the resolution needed to be attached.
And it wasn't. Is that what you're
I thought
saying?
it was- Thought it was being pulled. Yeah.
Oh, it should have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell the story of this here agenda item. No, but I'll just say here's the deal. We did get these numbers in late. We tried to get this agenda item on because it does along the first base foul line, or sorry, the third base foul line on the new baseball field is trident, or it's basically a glass building. When you stand there, you're like, you hit a foul ball into that building, it's gonna break a window. So we did have the intention of doing that, but also you have the park on the other side, so we thought we would just get a look. We have not had a chance to fully connect with Da Vinci on that in terms of like a split cost. So we'd like to do that and explore that. We just didn't get to an answer there yet. So I did indicate that we may pull it. Then I was thinking we would just leave it on and work on the negotiation and not do it if we couldn't get an agreement to share. Because we really can't play on that field with the risk of hitting a ball into that. I mean, we just basically have to keep it, we have to figure that piece out before we swing bats and throw the baseballs there. So let's just pull it for today, but just that was the confusion in the agenda item that I had intended to potentially pull it, so let's just do so.
Do you need me to move to table it?
If you would.
Okay, so I'll withdraw my motion to approve and instead make it a motion to table any additional resolution of the item.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Item is hereby pulled. Thank you. Section 11 is action items from fiscal. Item 11.1 is to approve agreement with a Learner Center Collaborative. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any comments or questions? I think we received an update already, so thank you, Dr. Dumo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Action items, section 12. Item 12.1 is to approve the job description and salary schedule for Assistant Superintendent of Business Services. Is there a motion?
Move to take both 12.1 and 12.2 together.
Sure. Item 12.2 is to approve Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Marilu de Arcos.
She's hiding in the back, though. I think we need to have her come like more up to the front.
All right, so I have a motion. Is there a second before we go to that?
Second.
I have a comment.
Okay, I'll turn it over to you, Blake.
Thanks. So just really excited to welcome Marilu to the team here. She is a product of the Hawthorne area and the Lawndale area. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Lawndale. Lawndale area. So definitely has roots in the area, and she joined with her family today. Thank you all for being here. She rose the ranks and through the business services offices. Pretty much has done every job in that area, and then most recently has served as the executive director CBO in Beverly Hills Unified. So we're happy she's no longer going to be in Beverly Hills and will be here closer to home in Wiseburn. So just welcome and excited to work with you. Turn it back over to you, Roger.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and call the motion and then ask to see if there's comments from the board. So I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Marilu, I'd like to welcome you officially now to the Wiseburn Unified School District in your new role. Truly looking forward to working with you in the future and experiencing the leadership capacity. We have a lot of faith and confidence in our CBOs here. So as you can see from Sean, so we only accept good, positive news when it comes to budget and finance.
Good news.
No pressure.
Anything bad, don't do that. We always appreciate fair, open, honest feedback because we always make our decisions and rely on the information that we get from our CBO to make decisions on how we govern the district. So truly looking forward to working with you and no pressure. It's all good. So I'll turn it over to Rebecca if you'd like to have some comment.
No, just thank you for coming back closer to home and helping out in our little corner of LA County. It's great to have additional leadership in the team and to have new blood. It's always, I like new energy in the space. And so excited to be able to work with you. And I think there's a lot of things that the business office has to do that are actually really interesting with you get to decide like how much are we charging for those Musco lights? What is a civic center user? You know, all of these little nitty gritty things that are so important to the running of the district and to making sure that we can serve our families and our students and our staff so well. So thank you for being here.
I also just want to say welcome. I apologize in advance for my very naive questions I will be asking about school budget. I am learning, but it is really fascinating. But I just hope that you are able to feel the love and the care of the people in the community, and that I hope you feel it, and I hope you also join in that, and because this is a very special place.
With that, I'd love to give you an opportunity to say a few words.
Thank you. I wrote something.
Okay. All right.
I like to be prepared. Good evening, Board of Education.
Thank you. Good evening, Board of Education, cabinet members, staff, students, and community of Weisburd. I want to thank you for the trust and confidence that you've placed in me. I am truly honored and grateful for the opportunity to be serving this district and community. This moment is especially meaningful to me because my passion has always been centered around education. As a first-generation college graduate who grew up in the nearby community of Lawndale, I know firsthand the power and importance of education. I am incredibly thankful to my teachers, my parents, and all of the mentors who believed in me and helped shape the person I am today. Their guidance and belief in education instilled in me the drive to give back and serve in public education. I would like to thank my family and friends who are here tonight. Thank you for their unwavering support. I'm deeply grateful for each of you. And I strongly believe that there's no classroom success without strong business operations behind it. Behind every successful student is a system that works, sound internal controls, responsible stewardship of resources, and a commitment to supporting staff so that they can focus on what matters most, our students. I'm excited to work alongside this incredible team, to collaborate with each of you, and to move forward together in service of our students, staff, and community. I look forward to the great work ahead, and thank you so much.
Thank you for those lovely comments. Truly looking forward to working with you in the future. Yeah. Okay, next, Blake, I believe we do have a closed session.
We do.
Second close,
We do.
okay.
Yeah, it should be short.
All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and take a motion to adjourn.
Do you want to read the opinion dates of the
We don't have that.
Okay. Do you want me to read them? Yeah, they're on the
If you would
video.
help with that, that would be great.
Yeah, Monday, well, this is our regular meeting. And then Monday is the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. There's no people free day. And then February 2nd is also a staff development day. And we heard earlier that aviation is having their open house on February 11th. So, yeah.
We'll get that on, we'll send that out to you all.
Okay.
You have,
That's
advice.
Now I'll move to adjourn.
All right, thank you.
To close session.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries 3-0. We are adjourned at 7:27.